Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim or Cimnanya. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button and turn your notifications so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying a very big shout out to every one of you for the love, the support. You all shower me here with I am grateful, and you all are super sweet. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about a video a woman made. She was saying that some men are going to come into your house and trying to humble you. And she went further to say that, having a nanny, and she got a landscaper, she got people that do her laundry, and a lot. So she says, she works, and she got all this in order to lessen her burden and all that. And then a man is going to come into your house and come into your life and want to humble you, right? They think you are spoiled. She pays for all this, not like she's asking anybody to pay for it and the rest of it. So she pays it with her money, and a man comes into your life, or he wants to humble you and wants you to do all this by yourself, and he thinks you are wasting money, or trying to restrict you from doing all that, or saying that it's all expensive, or you should save some money. I think, time has gone when a woman want to do everything by herself, like work, clean, do laundry, do every damn thing all by herself. And I think it is no longer now, when people have money now and they can do whatever they want in order to lessen the stress they have, because it's a lot of stress working and doing all this. So some men think being a traditional woman, you are supposed to do all this for yourself. And then they come into your life and they see all this are in place, and they are looking for a way to humble you. I think, if I am not hating on anybody, but I think when you come into somebody's life and you see all these are in place for her, she is doing all this for herself, and you think it is way beyond what you are looking for. This is not what I want in a woman. You want a woman that can clean, cook, work, and do all this by herself and the rest of it. I think there is no need trying to humble anybody, tell somebody you are bougie and all that. I think the best thing you are supposed to do is just to walk away, because it is not your kind of thing and all that. So I'm just going to roll this clip and come back to talk about it. Let me know what you're thinking.
Make it make sense. I show up, I got a housekeeper, I have a laundry service, I have a nanny, my property is taken care of, I got landscapers, I get my hair done every few weeks, I'm getting my nails done every 2 weeks, like I'm going to the spa, I'm getting massages, and all on my own dime, okay? I pay for this. And then you, a whole man, show up and immediately try to strip me of all that, talking about that's too expensive, you should save money. Who said I wanted to be cheap, sir? Who said I wanted to be affordable? You can't afford a high maintenance girly, go find you a discount, okay? But don't show up in my shit trying to humble me and telling me what I should spend my money on, okay? It's giving pimp, okay? Because what purpose do you have to show up in my life where everything is already handled, and you suggest that I need to lower myself and let go of my self-care standards for you to save money off of my back? How many haircuts are you skipping, sir? Them new Jordans are coming out this week. How about you save money on that? Those expensive golf clubs and those fees to go to the range, cut that out. Worry about yourself. Be fucking for real. Why would I trade my life that I'm providing for myself in for a life that you think I should deserve to have with my money? Trying to humble me and telling me what I should spend my money.
First of all, go watch her entire video, but her video made me think back to this date that I had, and it was a few years ago. I was living in New York at the time. I was living in Brooklyn, and I had met this guy on Hinge. We decided to go for sushi. We went to sushi for dinner one day after work, because both of us worked in Manhattan. And so this dinner went pretty late. And first of all, I was kind of annoyed during the date because he was drinking, I think it was beer or sake, and he was clearly becoming intoxicated and therefore becoming very annoying, like saying and doing very annoying things. Granted, I'm a Virgo and the littlest thing sort of annoys me, but he really was being ridiculous. Nonetheless, the date ends, and after the date, we step outside and I let him know I'm calling my Uber, and I ask, do you want me to add you as a stop, or are you calling your own Uber home? He goes, Uber? I'm getting on the train and you're supposed to be getting on the train with me. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be doing what now? When did I agree to that? I was just like, I was so caught off guard. I was like, I'm not getting on the train. And this man proceeds to argue with me about the fact that I'm spoiled, I'm entitled, I don't know the value of $1, I spend money too much. All of these things came out of this man's mouth. And I was just like in shock, in pure and utter shock. First of all, when you matched with me on Hinge, you saw my profile. Back when I used dating apps, which I've given up on dating apps because I think there's just garbage on dating apps, so I don't really want to do them anymore. But my profile was always curated in such a way that you would be able to tell the type of person I am. I am bougie. I won't deny it. I won't, skirt around it. It is a fact of the matter. I am bougie. I like nice things. And I have curated my own life in such a way that I can maintain that for myself, right? Like I like a life of luxury, and I work very hard to be able to live a life of luxury. It's not extravagant luxury, but it's my version of luxury. It is my own soft life. And you can see that from my dating profile. So it's like, why would you even bother matching with me if you know that you're either incapable or unwilling to keep up or elevate that lifestyle that I already provide for myself? Like, you just have pure audacity at that point, which I don't get. Just leave me alone. If that is the case, leave me alone. Like, why bother? Why bother? Because now you're wasting my time. And I don't like when people waste my time. Time is precious. So I don't know, but it irks my nerves when men do this. It's like you see someone living their life and you think, I'm going to go in and humble her. No. No.
Make it make sense. I show up.
Honestly, go ahead and watch that video. I agree. As a single mom who is really pushing my self-care regimens more, I agree with her. First of all, everything that she's spending money on is actually helping her. She mentioned that she has a nanny. I'm trying to get a nanny now, sis, okay? So a lot of us out here that are parents or single parents or even parents in general, like, we want to do things and pay for things that help us. Self-care positively impacts your mental health and how you feel about yourself, your confidence. And it also, believe it or not, it does positively impact how you navigate your role and how you act out your role in society. I truly believe in that. I will explain. When my hair is done, I feel much better, okay? The idea of having a nanny gives me a lot of help. I'm able to free up a lot of mental real estate because at this point, I'm able to get help with my little one, okay? She also mentioned that she has a landscaper. Listen, y'all, I've been healing a lot, and I am someone who would get out there myself and do it. And there's nothing wrong with doing landscaping if you're totally interested in that, if that's like a passion of yours. But like, to really do that and to be pulling up weeds, cutting grass, all of that, like, you don't have to make it hard on yourself. Like, we are in the time where women are really waking up, and not only women, but men too, humans. We are realizing that, like, you don't have to make life hard. Use your resources. And all of the things that she mentioned, getting her nails done, getting her hair done, getting massages, girl, massages, that is helping you. When you tensing your shoulders and stuff like that in your chest because your child, is being a child, yeah, it's okay to have that time for yourself. And honestly, whenever I was going through some of the worst times in my life, I did feel better when I was doing things like getting my hair done and getting my nails done and just putting that time into myself because, we give time to, let me say this. A lot of people spend time doubting themselves and neglecting themselves and, gossiping. It's so many things that humans spend time doing that really don't help us. This lady spending time doing what she needs to do to take care of herself and her household is top tier. And the fact that she can handle all of that by herself and she's not asking for help is top tier, because there's women out here that they want that life and then they are not doing it on their own, and they are getting out here and they are having relationships with men who don't like them, and they are having relationship with older men just to get a coin, just to get money. No shade, but I'm just letting y'all know what it is, okay? So when it comes to a woman living a life, even a man, but I'm here for my girls, okay? So when it comes to a woman living a certain lifestyle, if she is able to positively impact her life and she is able to spend the money that she's spending and not struggle from that, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And this also goes to, I'm not a dating coach. I'm not here for dating advice, but you do have to watch who you bring around. Some people really don't have ill intentions and they're not really trying to be like mean, but some people are in survival mode. A lot of people, have lived a life of trauma their whole life, and they can't necessarily understand how a woman is able to do this, okay? And also, when it comes to, a man coming into a woman's life and telling her that something is too expensive, in my opinion, that is the role of a husband. I do understand that in order to get a husband, you will have certain conversations with the person that you are dating and all of that, but a lot of times I think it's important to date and have experiences with the people that have similar experiences to you. Be around people that you relate to, because that works in business, that works in your personal life, in your friends group. Like, be around people that want the things that you want in life. It may not be the exact things, but if you want a life of luxury, and honestly, what she mentioned isn't really like luxury in my opinion, but a lot of people would probably say that it's luxury. But if you want a life of luxury, or if you want a comfortable life, and you want a life where you can expand in your resources and you can have all of the things that this lady was mentioning, be with someone that also wants that for you. And they also have things set up for themselves that allow them to get the same fruits that this lady is experiencing when she is doing all of these things for herself, her child, and her family. And one more thing, she did use the single mom hashtag. So I'm just going to get back to that point. As a single mom who's 31 years old, I am proud of her. I am so proud that she is able to do what she needs to do and make time for herself, and also prioritize all of the things in her life that make sense. For example, this lady seems very much so fundamentally aligned. She's taking care of the home. She's taking care of having a clean clothes and clean environment for herself and her children or her child, okay? She is having a nanny. So she's giving time to herself, but she's also ensuring that her child is taken care of and that her child has a good life as well. So anyways, a win is a win. This is a win. I'm happy that she is on her self-care journey and that she's been on that for quite some time, or however long she has been. And I want you all to follow Transformational Bestin. Girls, anyway, tongue twisted. Follow me for more. Bye.
Make it make sense. I show up.
I'm with a high maintenance woman. You full of shit. Man, let me tell you something. If you can afford all that and you doing all that, that is dope. Ain't no man about to cut into that. Because why? You already doing it. Why won't you just continue to do it? It's your shit. Ain't no man about to sit here and try to control how you spend your money and you making it. That's your money. That's your money. My bad. I'm trying to make it make sense, and it ain't. But that's my opinion. I don't stop my woman from doing whatever they're supposed to be doing. So when I be hearing people saying this is what be happening, I be like, in what planet? Because you sound like you got it together. So I don't really understand why somebody like that would be in your circumference in the first place.
Y'all, I think I've cracked the code for why this happens, why men get mad when you have a cleaning or a laundry service, nanny service, or just any help in general, for real. It's because they know they're not going to get free labor out of you. They're going to have to pay, just like you do. It shows them that you prioritize your time and that you're not going to spend all your free time doing free labor. Think about it. A lot of them see relationships as transactional, which means they showed up to get something from you. And if they showed up looking for a free nanny, a free laundry service, a free person to clean their house, a free person to give them sex at night, and you're paying to have those things done for you, they know they're not going to get free labor out of you, babe. They'd have to pay for it, and they can't afford to. So they call you bougie and get mad at you because they know that you're not going to do this stuff for them for free. They're trying to remove the middleman. So if you get with a man dating or whatever, and he is upset that you are outsourcing these services so you can have more time to, I don't know, make more money, provide for yourself, provide for your household and your life, tell him this. Stay mad. Why men get mad when you have a cleaning or a laundry service, nanny service, or just any.
Okay, story time. This is not about a cleaning or laundry service, though. It's about food. I may have told the story on here before, but it bears repeating because of the point that Lorraine is making. Okay, so I went to an HBCU for law school. And during the fall of the first year, you know, a lot of students came from the South, further away. And my parents lived in California, and my sister lived in DC, and I was debating whether I was going to go to her Friendsgiving for Thanksgiving. But I heard through the grapevine that some of the students who couldn't travel were going to have a little student Thanksgiving. So I'm like, that's cool. Have we decided like who's going to host? Is everybody going to bring something? There was all that chit chat. And then I had an idea. Thanksgiving at my house is catered. Or at least it used to be when we were a family of 5. My parents, my grandfather who lived with us, my sister, and myself. Because my dad got tired of watching his wife, mind you, he could have helped, but I digress. He got tired of watching his wife spend her only 2 days off of the week, like cooking, and he didn't actually get to spend time with his wife on his day off. Now, we lived in Orange County, California. For those of you who don't know, Orange County, California is a little bougie. There was a show called The OC. A lot of that is kind of realistic. So there was this fancy grocery store called Pavilions back in the day. And they had a Thanksgiving, like almost like a catering service. So what you would do is you would order Thanksgiving for however many people. They did it by person. So you could order it for however many people. They would give you a turkey, and they would give you some standard side dishes, right? And if you wanted something extra for your Thanksgiving, you could just make one side dish. And it's not that hard to make one thing, because everything else, you know, turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, the main things were already made, and they would deliver it to your house like the day before. All you had to do is warm it up. And we were in Washington, D.C. at school. So plenty of fancy restaurants and bougie people there. So I'm like, okay, why don't we do this instead? Why doesn't everybody put like $20 into the pot or something, and we'll just order a Thanksgiving dinner from like a restaurant or a grocery store? They have to do that around here. They did that in California like 20 years prior. Because think about when Thanksgiving falls in the term. We were just about to head into final exams. Everybody was busy. People were getting their like law review stuff ready to go. Like, who has time to like cook a Thanksgiving dinner for like 15, 20 people? Nobody has that kind of time. Everyone's studying. It's law school. So I'm like, hey, why don't we do this? I'll look into finding out, you know, like if any place around here does that, I'll get a sense of what the price is, and then we can just divide it by however many people are coming, and everybody puts in a little bit of money, and they just deliver it to wherever we want to deliver with, and then we just have to heat it up and eat it. No harm, no foul. These men and women, particularly the men, looked at me like I had just strangled a kitten. The idea of Black women getting help with this labor was abhorrent to them. And for the women, the idea of not cooking for their men folk, even though they weren't our husbands or whatever, they were just our classmates and friends. But the idea of like not cooking home cooked food for a man, these, you know, Southern Belle, AKA Delta types, no offense to the Black sororities, there are many lovely women in those sororities, but these particular women were like Southern princess types, very Christian, very whatever, and they just totally rejected this idea. And I think that's why they tease you, because I've had women tease me about stuff like that. Like, I have a laundry service because I don't have laundry in unit. So instead of walking it down or across the street to the laundry place, I just have a service that picks the laundry up at my door and then drops it off. I also had a cleaning service come in one time because my apartment, especially my bathroom, was really dirty, and I didn't have time to clean it. I didn't have time or the energy, and so I just paid someone to give it like a good deep clean. They don't like the idea of us sort of getting the cheat code of us skipping out of what they see as our womanly duties or whatever. They can't stand that. And even some women get on board for this. But the looks on these men's faces, oh my God. And then they said something like, well, maybe where you come from, or if you're rich or you're whatever. I am not rich. Those people at that school had a lot more money than me. A lot of their fathers and mothers were like doctors, lawyers, and judges. Like my dad was a pediatrician, but he worked for IHS. He worked for the Indian Health Service. So he was a doctor to like, you know, indigent patients, and like he did community medicine. Like not a lot of money in that. And my mother worked for the government. So I'm like, if we could afford this, these people surely can. And I can't believe I was the first person to suggest that. But like, the reaction these people had, girl. And Lorraine is absolutely right. She's absolutely right. They don't like the idea that if they hang out with you, especially if they're in a romantic relationship with you, that they have to also pay to have that labor done, that you're not going to just do that labor for free for them. And then I think also part of it has to do with the cheat code. They think you're like getting out of something that you're supposed to be doing, labor that they are entitled to, that you're supposed to give them. And the fact that you're not giving that to them really pisses them off.
For why this happens, why men get mad when you have a cleaning or a laundry service.
Look at that video. It makes a whole lot of sense. The whole cooking, cleaning, the household stuff. I've always said I am a working woman, and so I pay someone to do that. And that's what I've always done, is pay someone to come in and do it. And people get mad when I say it. And then when I explain to them, I work. There are people that need money that do that type of work. And to me, it's more than just cleaning. It's also the organizing. I'm not real good at organizing things. So yeah, I pay people to do it. But as this sister said, when people hear you say that you're not going to do it, they realize that you're not going to be a mammy, that you're not climbing up Mammy Mountain, that you're not going to give out and dish out and provide free labor. And so people get upset because it's saying that as a woman, you're not going to be used. Because I know that I've dated guys that had no problem with taking their cars to go get the oil change, taking their cars to go get the windows tinted, paying someone to cut the yard. And there are a lot of men that are watching this. You don't mind paying men to do things that men should normally be able to do, just like women should be normally able to just clean and take care of babies and wash clothes. And so please look at that, Stitch, and I hope you guys comment.
Oh, you can't afford a high maintenance girly. Go find you a
Y'all, my friend sent me this. I literally just woke up. I'm in New Orleans. Y'all know what happened in New Orleans. I ain't take my makeup off good last night, but I definitely covered my hair up because, Anyway, y'all look, is that a piece of lash? I don't even know what my lashes is, but I had to come on here because I was like, I've met a couple of guys off of social media, right? And nothing about my page screams, I'm finna do all this stuff for you, because I don't do all this stuff for me. I have a staff. I have team. It takes a team. It takes a village, okay? The village is with the children right now. That's how I am here by myself, you see. That bed is for clothes. This bed is for me. The nannies is home with the kids right now. The cleaners came before I left. Y'all not finna discount me. So why? Why do y'all want to do that? Why do y'all show up in somebody's life, some woman's life, and ask her to do less, to have less? Fuck out of here. And another thing, I just think it's utterly ridiculous for you to ask somebody who was building by themselves before you got there to stop and build with you and take them down a level so they can help get you up to the level that you want to be at, but they already surpassed that level that you're trying to be at. But we out here really hustling and doing this thing with kids in tow. With kids in tow. This shit is hard. It is hard. When I want to go on vacation, I know I don't talk about it, y'all, but I got to pay for somebody to keep my kids. My mom is not here anymore. My grandmother's not here anymore. I don't have a grandmother or a mother. I mean, I do. I love them. I have a grandmother on my dad's side, but she lives in Georgia. She don't even live here. Well, I'm not here in Manola, but I'm just saying. Some people, like myself, really have to build their village. I really had to build a business so that I could get the type of lifestyle that I liked. I really had to have staff so that I could be able to free up some of my time so that I can just be with my children and not be a sad mom, not be a busy mom who is always anxious and irritated. And like, my son has special needs. That shit is hard. I be tired. I be frustrated, but I can't give up because I'm his person. And so then these new persons try to come in and get rank because they have an extra appendage. Man, fuck out of here. So because God gave you some extra skin somewhere with some meat in it, I'm supposed to just show up and surrender everything to you and then not live the lifestyle that I like? I'll wait. Oh, and just in case you were wondering, this was me last night taking myself to the Ritz-Carlton.
Two types of men that you should definitely stay away from at all costs. The first one is the man that is just as successful as you or is more.
So this is all I got from the stitches, and there were a lot of people stitching the video, and they are like, saying the same thing. But then I think, working and having to do everything yourself is a whole lot of work. And if you have the money and you can afford it, I am preaching that you go ahead and do it, baby. And that is also your setting standards. If somebody comes into your life and feels that, man, this is not the kind of woman I want to be with, and then so be it. Let them bounce out, because, some people think, a woman must do everything like that. Be in that labor. Have to do time has really, I think how do I say this? It is no longer then that some people worked and worked and worked till they died, and they never got any help. They do everything themselves. They clean, they wash, they do this, they work and all that. I think now, as long as you have the money, you can afford it. I think it's a good idea, to lessen the burden, and that so you can also look young, do you have some time to do some other things and all that. So if you're a woman and you can afford it, I encourage you and I say, please go ahead and do it. Go ahead. They think, some men think that being a traditional woman, you have to do all this. You have to cook, you have to sweep, you have to clean, do the laundry, and then take care of them, take care of yourself. That is a whole lot of job. And then include your work. It is no longer back then. A lot of things are falling in place. People not wanting to, overstress themselves. Yeah, because it's overstress. When you are working how many hours a day, come back to all this. And especially if you have kids or you are a single mother. Man, baby girl, if you can afford it, just go ahead and do it. And if any man comes and he's not comfortable, or he thinks it's a waste of money, or you are bougie and all that, and he cannot afford it, I think the best thing to do is look for someone he can afford. And that is just all I have to say. I know there is no hate to any man or no hate, but I think, if you think it's not cool with you as a man or something, you just bounce, just look for someone else. So see you all in my next video. Bye for now.